What's special about this one is that we've gotten to 3 in a row twice, and we failed to make it 4. So this is the first year for me as head coach to surpass the 3 in a row. So to get 4 in a row is great because that means I had a freshman that came in and they're leaving with 4 rings. So where in the past it was like 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 4. So it's great to have 4 out of 4. So and hopefully next year we can make it 5 out of 5. And what was special about this year, I was telling the cheerleaders early on, this is probably the best program I've been a part of since I've been at UK, and I've been here since 1996-97 school year, and that's saying a lot with all those championships that we've won, but it's just a special group. They had great chemistry, not a whole lot of problems throughout the year. We're heavy in seniors, we're losing 8 seniors this year, and so we just had a lot of good leadership, a lot of people that actually have experienced a loss before too, because we've had a couple of people that are in their 5th year, so they're able to impart what that feels like and to kind of keep the kids motivated to get this 4th championship.
Kentucky, of course, is known as a leader or one that always does the new stuff. How difficult is it to keep coming up with new things and lifting the level of difficulty?
Believe it or not, it's really not that difficult because it's a collaborative effort with the cheerleaders and myself. When they come in, and with new blood comes new ideas, and so it doesn't matter if they're freshman or senior. Everybody has part in the creation of the routine and ideas, and we just select the best ideas. So that's why we constantly get new, fresh ideas because they come from some of the top gyms around the country where they're continually pushing the envelope. And so they give us some of those ideas and we translate into a college version of that. So, just with the kids that we have, they're some of the best from wherever they come from. And so with that comes great ideas and just great work ethic.
I gotta imagine when you go to one of these competitions in Orlando, you guys have a target on your back after winning so many in a row. What's that competition level like and just kind of the atmosphere at the UCA?
Yeah, it's quite surreal actually because, the place is all noisy and ruckus, and then when we come out it goes silent, and people are holding their breath to see what we're doing and ooh and ah, but we feel like a lot of people, like they want us to fall, they want us to fail. And that's something we talk to the kids about, when you're at the top, it's kind of lonely up there, but you should take solace in the fact that you're there. You're in a position that a lot of people strive to be. So just because we're not getting a lot of support out there, we have a lot of support from the Big Blue Nation, our alumni that come down there. So to kind of use that as extra motivation to make sure that, there's not cheers when we fall, you know what I mean? At the end, when we hit our routine, there's quite a rush of applause, so that was great. But I mean, you could hear a pin drop when we first started, especially at the opening sequence because it was such a difficult sequence and we did things that have never been done before. I mean, you could hear a pin drop until they hit it and they came down, and it's like a little smattering of claps, you know what I mean? So, but as a coach, I take pride in that, and I let the kids know that that's something, don't see it as a negative, see it as a positive, because there's a lot of people that want to be in that position, sustained excellence.
Congrats on the win, Coach. How do you maintain your competitive drive after winning so many titles like that?
Man, I like winning, Seriously, when I came to this program, it was already a winning program, and I learned a lot of things that helped make me a successful person from this program. And so it's not just about winning, it's about like absolute responsibility, it's about your attitude, it's about persistence, and those are things we continually teach to the kids and we kind of beat into them. And so it's, each year it's a new team, a new dynamic. So whether I've had a good year or not, as far as like whether I enjoy it, because there's some years that are just a little bit more challenging than others, being realistically speaking. When you get a new team, it's like, here we go again, you know what I mean? It's a whole new cycle, it's a whole new chemistry. And so that kind of gets me excited each year that we're starting anew, all right? Even though we may still have people from the team in the past, but we've got a new element, we've got new faces, new people that are excited to be be here, old people that are still excited to be here, and that kind of adds to it. So it's a culmination of all those things that kind of lend to that.
Coach, how much of the identity of the cheerleading team is tied up in how well the basketball team or the football team is doing through the course of a year?
I mean, that's our main focus here, is to cheer the teams on. So, I mean, with all the success that we've had, I use that as a coach. I mean, look at the football, look what they were able to do this year. People thought they couldn't get it done, and everybody thought we had a curse that we could only win 3 in a row. So I use the success as a football team, achieving heights that they've not reached in a long time, and kind of piggybacking off of that, you know. So I try to use anything. I mean, Coach Craig Skinner has always been a real positive help to us. He brought me in one day to talk to his team, and I kind of expressed the level of admiration that some of the other coaches here have for us, and things like that I try to use to motivate our teams, to let them know that, you know, the Big Blue Nation, everyone's behind them, and just try to use that to get the best out of them.
Right here, Coach. How different was it this year as opposed to last year when you all were the leader of about 5, 6 different countries in any particular endeavor?
Wait, so repeat that one more time?
When UK was a leader, when you all were a leader of about 4 or 5 different countries from the endeavor last year, or was it last year or year before last?
Oh, you mean when we went to the Olympics?
Yes.
Well, that was after our competition, so I really tried a whole lot not to talk about the Olympics, because I wanted to make sure we focused on the task at hand. And then once we captured the title, it was great to then shift our focus to that. You know, it would have been a little bit more difficult to not win the national championship and then gone there and represented the USA. And so that was a driving force that we used to kind of motivate the kids. Let's make sure that we know we're the best, but let's make sure the rest of the world knows that we're the best, and then take that success over to the Winter Olympics as well.
Jomo, it's our alumni that's out there coaching beach squads and all this. Do we have very many alumni that were coaching against us this year?
Not coaching against us, but some that were coaching in different divisions and did very well. Like Jeremy and Allie that coached, were cheerleaders here in 2006. They got a 2nd place finish with their team from Jones Community College, 2-year school. So it's kind of great to see that success, and then to hear them when they talk about the things that they do, very similar to how we run our practices. So it's good to know that what they've learned from here at UK is being used other places. It is a little difficult sometimes when it's being used against you, but we don't teach them all the tricks. So.
Can you describe the recruiting process to get your athletes into UK here? We know about how competitive it is for basketball and football that we follow, but if you could tell us the recruiting process and how competitive it is in cheerleading.
Yeah, it's pretty competitive. We put on 2 clinics twice a year where juniors and seniors come in, and we have anywhere between 150 to 200 kids that come in. Then I go to the national competitions, the high school competitions, and the all-star competitions, talk to kids there. And then with with social media, that's been a game changer, because we've had several international students, and how they found out about us was through Facebook, through YouTube, and being able to look up our pages, see some of the skills that we're doing, and then kind of build a love for UK, and then try to chase that dream to come over here. We've had kids from Costa Rica on the team, from Finland, from Canada, Puerto Rico, I'm trying to think, did I say Slovenia? So we're very well known internationally, and I get a lot of people that want to come over as well and take coaching tips and things like that, and we've done that to some degree as well. So, you know, the recruiting process is basically about finding the most talented kids, and we really try to do that. You know, you would think that the most talented kids would want to come here, but usually the most talented kids don't. Even though they're good, they need that extra, hey, you belong here. You know, it's the ones that are not that good that are knocking on the door saying that they deserve to be here. So it's still quite an effort to go out and search to find those kids. You know, a lot of the alumni that have been in the cheerleading program, that in the cheerleading industry, also send recommendations. So when we get that opportunity, we make sure we invite them in. We love to get them on campus, because once they get here to campus, and we take them around the facilities and we bring them to a basketball game or a football game. That pretty much sells it for them. And so getting them on campus is one of the key things, and that's why we have those 2 clinics where they can come, learn from the cheerleaders, interact with them, and then get to experience University of Kentucky as well.
Any other questions? Anyone else? Okay, if not, Coach, give